Hello and welcome to Old Ways Gardening and Prepping. My name is Teresa. I would like to welcome you into our kitchen this evening for a very special video. I am part of My Home Apothecary 25, and this is one of the videos. Now, it is hosted by Mountain Grandma and the Budget Prepper. Sorry, I got a cheat sheet down here because this I can't remember. Okay, now it is also supported by the Herb Whisperer Herbal School. Sponsored by, that's the magic word. Now, there's going to be a giveaway at the end of this month. I think it's in September 8th somewhere. I will post it in my comment in my community tab, as well as talk about it in my live stream. And this is my last video for this part of the collaboration. Now, since it's sponsored by the Herb Whisperer Herbal School, do your research. I know nothing about the school. It is a home, they're giving away a home herbalist certification course that's worth $199. Yeah, the government will never acknowledge it, but you can still take a chance on winning that. It's the grand prize. They are going to be giving also away freeze-dried herbs, tins for making salve, dropper bottles for tinctures, herbal books, herbal seeds. And of course, you can find the playlist on the hashtag My Home Apothecary 25. Now, with that being said, that's all the important rules. Let's get down to learning now. Now, I believe in your culinary herbs or medicinal herbs as well. But there's a whole lot more stronger herbs that you can find wild growing in the woods, in your fields, in your yards, back on your back part of your property. Yeah, there's a whole lot more stronger herbs than just culinary herbs. I can understand people baby stepping, starting out with culinary herbs, but branch out. Now, I'm going to be making a Eastern Fleabane salve. Now, I've already made the infused oil. I will have the link in my description box below this video with the link for how to make the infused oil and a whole lot more information about Eastern Fleabane. I am a firm believer. You do a video, you write the description box so people can learn. That's if they'll read. Okay, now with that being said, I'm going to talk some more and show you this beautiful, beautiful infused oil. Wait, before I do that. Now, this was foraged in my yard. It grows wild. I am thankful for it. Now, you might not have it growing in your yard and you want to go out foraging for it. Just remember, do not wild forage in natural areas, historic areas, nature preserves, sacred sites, state parks, national parks, and anything to do with the government. It's against the law, y'all, and they will seize everything you have with you when you're caught. Now, you can go forth and ask for written permission. Make sure it's in writing so they can't backtrack on you. But with that being said, be careful when you forage and where you forage. And for the love of God, don't harvest everything. Leave some plants behind so they can reseed, populate more, and just be responsible and respectful of the plant. So let's get started talking about the wonders of this amazing Eastern Fleabane. Okay, this is the herbal infused oil that I have made, which I'll have the link in the description box for that video. Look how beautiful it is. It's a whole lot darker than it's showing. Now, you might not want to. I do giant batches because I sell my product. Now, I'm going to be showing you a single batch recipe, which I rarely do because I make large batches. Now, when you infuse your oil, there will be sediment on the bottom. Nothing is wrong with that. Do not worry. You can take a chopstick and stir that up. Now, this is Eastern Fleabane, the one I'm talking about. There are 390 known species of fleabane worldwide. There are 170 species known in America so far. They're still finding them. This wonderful infused oil is antibacterial, antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory, which is good for muscle aches, rheumatism, arthritis, and so on. It's also an astringent, which tightens wounds and stops bleeding. Now, it does have some insect repellent properties. This oil is amazing. Now, one precaution. If you are trying to get pregnant or are pregnant, you do not want to use this herb. You do not want to handle it. You do not want to harvest it. You do not want to be paranoid of it. What it does is it brings on the menses, your cycle. So if you're trying to get pregnant or you're trying or you are pregnant, this can cause you, don't be paranoid, but it can cause you to miscarriage because it brings on your menstrual cycle. Now, with that being said, let's get to making some salve. Alright, make sure everything you use, your tabletop, everything is sanitized. Now, we're going to measure out the beeswax. Now, Lord, that is bright. Hold on a minute. Okay, that's a little bit better. Now, when buying beeswax, you want yellow beeswax. You do not want to use white beeswax because it has been bleached. Yellow beeswax is all natural, no bleach. That is one thing, if you're making salve, you need to know. Because what we're doing is trying our best to get away from big pharma and not like them. Okay, now, for the beeswax, you're going to need a scale. You need a scale. I'm going to put my little bowl on. I'm going to zero it out. I want an ounce of beeswax. Alright. I usually always go just a little bit over because of adding the vitamin E oil. Okay, that is 1.5 ounces. Now, changing its mind. Okay, 1.5 ounces of beeswax. I'm going to set that aside. Alright, don't need the scale anymore. Now, I'm going to be using a homemade double boiler, because most people don't have one, and I do not have a small one. I need to get one. Now, I have my water warmed. I cut it off because I don't want it to get too hot. And you do not want to put your measuring cup, if you use a measuring cup, on the very bottom of a hot pot. Use a canning jar band. Put it in the center. Okay, now, first off, and you don't want to just go wild. See, most of the sediment is mixed in. You don't want to go wild and get a bunch of air bubbles in it. We want 1 cup of the infused oil. Now this is for a single batch. And I'll also have the recipe in the description box below. Now this is organic pure vitamin E oil. Good God, it's got bright again. This is made from sunflower seeds. If you are allergic to sunflower seeds, do not use this. I do not use soy products, if possible, in anything I make, medicine-wise. You want a half a teaspoon. This is strictly a preservative. And my infused oil already has also vitamin E oil in it as well. It's better to be safe than sorry. Now I'm going to mix my beeswax pellets in. If you don't have pellets, you can grate your own beeswax. Just make sure that it's natural beeswax and that it's not bleached. Okay. Into the water it goes on top of the canning jar band. Now I'm going to cut my heat on medium low, and occasionally I'm going to stir it. Now eventually the measuring cup's going to get hot. Going to need a pot holder that can withstand heat. Now you do not want your water to boil. You just barely want to bring it to simmering, like right before it starts to simmer. You want to keep it at a steady heat. And occasionally you're going to gently stir the beeswax and the salve mixture. You're going to want to heat it until the beeswax pellets melt. Now I'm going to clean my area up. I'm going to get my tins out and I'll bring you right back. Okay, now I'm leaving it in the hot water for now to talk about your salve tins. They are going to be extremely hot. Put them on something that is heat resistant. This heat resistant cutting board. I have 2 very thick pot holders underneath it because they are going to be hot. Your salve is liquefied and hot, and your tins are going to be hot. Now, there was a few little obstinate pieces of beeswax that did not want to melt. They have finally melted. Have patience with it. Now, another thing, make sure that the measuring cup or whatever you use is heat resistant or it will shatter on you. Do not tap this on anything when you bring it out. Wipe off any water that might be on it, and it's going to try to cool fast. The handle's going to be hot, and you just pour in your salve tins. Now, some people measure it out. I don't. I fill my tins up because I want my customers to get what they pay for. And I always put out more tins than are needed. And anything extra left over goes into our medicine cabinet. So for one batch, my way, you get 5 full tins. And these are 2-ounce tins. 5 full tins and 1 tin left over. I'm a firm believer of waste not, want not. Get it all out of there. Now, look how beautiful and dark they are. Now, they're probably going to cool lighter because of the beeswax. Now, you don't want to touch them. You do not want to put them in the refrigerator. Worst thing you can do. I'm going to leave them set here until they naturally cool down. And I'll bring y'all back once they have cooled down, solidified, and they are cool to the touch. Do not put your lids on right now. Leave them alone because condensation will happen in your lids, and that is how you get mold. So, I'll bring you back when these have cooled down. See you in a bit. Okay, they have completely cooled. Sometimes it takes longer, sometimes it's shorter. It depends on how cool you keep your home. Now, while they're cooling, stay busy. Do dishes. I'm finished up making our homemade Greek yogurt. Um, I cleaned up the area, cleaned up all my utensils. Hot, soapy water will get the salve out of your measuring cup and so on. But look how beautiful those are. And one way to know that they're ready, cool to the touch. Now is when you want to put your lids on. And also, um, while they're cooling, you can make labels for them. I haven't made my labels yet because I'm going to be making a whole lot more. Like I said, I sell my product. Just email me if you're interested. Simple, easy, foraged, homemade, completely from scratch. And I know what all goes into it. And that's the best part. I know mine have very few ingredients, and that's the way I want to keep it. It's far away from big pharma. Now this one I know is ours. You know what I do? For mine, I don't use no fancy label. Eastern Fleabane. Now, of course, I know it's Eastern Daisy Fleabane Salve. And I made it 825. Shelf life, as long as you take care of it, anywhere from 3 to 5 years. Shouldn't last you that long because you should use it. Simple, easy, homemade, and if I can do it, you can too. Just like my shirt says that I was blessed by one of the Owl's family members, I make my own medicine. I eat, sleep, think, live for herbs. I use not only the culinary in everything that I make, I also use wild foraged medicinals because I know there's stronger herbs out there and most do not know that because most only thing taught is culinary herbs. There's a whole lot wider world out there and make food your medicine, y'all. It's not just about teas, salves, tinctures. Get herbs in you daily, and you will know the difference. Everyone, I hope you've enjoyed this video, that you found it educational and inspiring as well. Now, I do have a huge playlist of tincture making, salve making, infused oil making, and this is only a drop in the bucket for me. I look outside the box because I am the box and I can see all around me. There's a world of a whole lot more herbs out there that are medicinal, and a lot of them are hid from you. You have to do the research and be willing to read, study, and watch videos all the way through, not just skip through them. Everyone, take care, stay safe and sound. Continue to stock your pantries with foods that will nourish and sustain you. Medicinals that will heal you. Protection of all kinds, and above all else, the bare essentials to survive on. I look forward to seeing you in my next video, and may you each be blessed. Hoot, hoot, mwah. Love y'all. I'll see you soon, and y'all take care.